Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the Outdoor Sports Club channel. I'm putting the fender back on the Subaru, the Angaroo, and I'm changing the oil, rotating the tires, and that got me to thinking of a video I saw not long ago where a guy's showing how to change the oil and rotate the tires. And he's not necessarily wrong, but he says that you should always go like crisscross your tires, and you take, and I can't remember the exact way, I don't, this one's different, so which is my point. Anyway, he said to do it always a certain way, which is, to be fair, the normal way that you would do that. But on the Subaru, you just swap sides. So this one goes to the back one goes to the front, and over on the passenger side it's the same way. And so the whole point I'm trying to get to is you don't always, this isn't lined up just right, so you don't always do it one way or another. You got to do it right for the car. Now the other thing that he said was you always fill up your oil filter with oil before you put it on the car. and I don't do that. I think you can if you want. I'm not trying to necessarily knock it. You get nearly instant oil pressure, I guess, when you do that. But for me, if you've got a side mounted oil filter, it's not gonna go, so you can't. And B, in my opinion, it gives you a greater opportunity to introduce contaminants into the oil, into the filter, and also to make a mess. So I don't do it, and I don't recommend it either, but I'm no expert. So I think I might have bent that. I think that might be why that is not quite lined up, because these are the only two that are difficult. This one's not too bad, but the other one that's underneath here is terrible. Oh yeah, that got bent, that's why. Alright, so I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to go under the car and see if I can set the camera up, and we'll do some oil. And just so you guys know, this headlight was really kind of a pain to get back into position. I had to, for some reason, it didn't want to pop back correctly underneath there, but fiddling with it for a little bit, got it in position, mostly. Yeah, it's pretty good. So there was a big gap right here, because right here didn't want to pop back, and when it popped back, it wasn't sitting right. So I don't know what I did exactly, but it's in there right now. You're not supposed to reuse these little plugs, but my set that I bought doesn't have the right size for this rocker trim, so I'm going to reuse them, and they're kind of a pain, but I think I found a way that can kind of work. And unfortunately I used my good one first, so this one's beat up. But first thing that I did on this other one is I pushed that cap out. That's what kind of tightens it up, so I pushed that out until it popped, which, yeah, I think this one did. And when in doubt, you can slide it forward a bit and then push it back. Yeah, that's even better. Okay, you want to pull it back all the way. And then I took this 19mm socket and put carefully over that center cap thing, and then carefully kind of wedged it up into the hole. Oh, that one's going to go real easy that way. I had to use the mallet on the other one. Well, I may have to on this one too. Yep, it went. And then you can just push the center up. So that'll hold for a little bit till I can get some better ones. But yeah, they're a pain otherwise. You can't really get them up in there because the center doesn't want to stay back, and so it's pushing those wedges out. Okay, for the most part, we got the fender liner back in there, and this, like I mentioned in the last video, is all messed up. So instead of putting a screw in here, I just put another one of these caps in to hold the rocker liner for now, or rocker trim, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do with that. This screw is still there. I forgot to take it out. Oh well. I'm probably going to wind up trimming this fender anyway, somehow, some way, down like so. And then I think I'm just going to make a new front bumper, and then we'll trim this liner. This has been flapping in the wind for a while, so I'm glad to get that back up there. I just needed to pull the wheel off so I could get up in there. I probably could have done it anyway, I guess, but all right, back to the oil. So we're all drained. I'm gonna put this on. We're supposed to have a new one of those guys, but I don't. And last time I did this, it didn't leak, so we should be good. And then oil filter goes up here. Now I've got some. I really need to have some work done on this motor because it's not leaking in the easy places. It's leaking in the hard places, so it uses a bit of oil. Now, one thing that I do agree with is you need to put some oil around the gasket to help keep it from tearing. Now, there's usually oil up there already, but you don't want it to get in a bind or tear, so it's good to lubricate that up with some oil, but I just don't fill it with oil. So I was doing great pouring this oil in until I thought about getting the camera, and then I spilled it all over the place. So okay, we're gonna let that set for a while I do the tires. And again, I'm just moving front to rear, rear to front, and same on the other side because that's what Subaru says.